What's up, guys? It's the day of the show. It's the morning right now, and normally the show would be either in the morning or the early afternoon. But in Poland, because there's a show going on all day, the pro show is the last to be in the evening. However, my weight today was the lowest it has been probably since my pro qualifier show. And it is 108.9, which means it's very low. And I am very, very dry in the mirror. However, also a little bit flat. So because we have the whole day basically until 8 p.m. to do something with food, I'm choosing to carb load a little bit more with the first two meals. Very simple, what I'm used to digesting. So this is cream of rice with some banana, some strawberries, some whey isolate, and we're also going to be adding some callouts chocolate to here, which is going to be very delicious. So that's going to be the first meal. I also put in some coconut water, again just 500 mils, not too much water because we want to maintain this look and maybe add like 500 to a kilo of fullness to my physique without affecting the dryness. So we're going to play around a bit with carbs and water with the first two meals, and after that maintain the look and show you guys what I look like in the evening. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this meal. Alrighty guys, just had one meal, another tanning layer as you can see. So here you can see a little bit of my shape under good lighting. You can see the legs, definition, definitely there. And also the obliques, the triceps, and most importantly, the glutes. So, right, let's see, that's the back right there. Let's see, let's zoom in a little bit, right? All right. The back, let's see if I can do the bicep, like that. So this is a show day, guys. Hamstrings, oh, well, let's sharpen, oh, there we go. There we go. All right, so that's the shape. So right now I weigh 109.5 after the first meal, so still very low. Lower than the Portugal Pro, so that's good. That means I'm more conditioned. I feel medium full, but you know, that's good enough for me. No risks. We just want to get shredded here. And yeah, I think we are at that point. As you can see, striations all the way to the top. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Just did the posing routine as well. Some standard poses, the mandatory poses. And it's around 10:30 right now, which means we still have 8 hours plus 9.5 hours left before the show. So, here's the bed. Sorry about the mess, but that's the life of a bodybuilder in a smaller room. And if you look closely, you can see that the bed is elevated. And you only need to elevate it 6 to 7 degrees for there to be an effect on water loss. Because your body, well, your heart, well, I'm not going to explain the science basically, but the heart needs to work harder to get the blood in the legs, and somehow it reduces it wants to reduce the blood volume, and you pee out a little bit of volume that way because your body thinks if you lay down like this for a few hours that it's going to stay like that, and it wants to compensate for the extra effort by lowering blood volume, and that way you lose some extra water. And when you stand up, the volume of the blood will normalize, but the water under the skin, and that's of course the ideal scenario, will be lessened. So any detail you can apply helps a lot. And obviously it looks like a mess because, you know, every single time you sleep and you have a tan on, you sweat a little bit, but hey, that's what it's about. Gonna have the second meal very soon, and then lay down again. And for now, let's just relax. Alrighty guys, so next meal is going to be 80 grams of jasmine rice, and also a little bit of zucchini, a little bit of spinach, and a little bit of fish, trout actually. So the trout has a little bit of fat. It's about 100 grams, so that's 10 grams of fat. Going to be adding 10 grams of peanut butter to this meal as well, to, or maybe actually I have 95% dark chocolate. might actually go for that. It doesn't really matter as long as you add a little bit of fat to this meal. And that's pretty much it. So I cook the rice in a 1-to-3 ratio with coconut water. So for 80 grams, I put in 240 mils of coconut water, cook it in there until it's, absorbed fully. And that's going to be the water with this meal basically. And just had a few sips for my supplements. So let me show you one of the supplements that I like to take. So one of the supplements is Defend XT by Jacked Factory. Use code Wesley for 20% off. But this is liver and organ support. I always normally recommend to use milk thistle, for example, which is one of the most popular and well-known liver cleansers there is. There are multiple different supplements you can take for the liver, but this already has 4 ingredients into one supplement. Now, why do you want to clean the liver, especially pre-contest? Because the liver removes toxins and takes care of inflammation from the body. And if your liver is, under heavy stress and you don't take anything to alleviate that, you might actually hold water for longer, hold more toxins, and actually see less definition in the muscle. So you want to be the least amount of inflamed possible, especially during peak week. But I take this year-round, always a liver supplement. So what's in here? Milk thistle powder, as I mentioned, very good for cleansing liver, but also N-acetyl L-cysteine, which is also very good for cleaning the liver, but also bergamot orange fruit, and what I like to take usually is citrus bergamot. So this is not only a liver cleanser, but also organ support, and this is very good for your cholesterol levels, for actually raising HDL cholesterol, which usually goes down when you're in a contest prep. And also there is bioperine in there, which is simply a black pepper extract to increase the absorption of this supplement. So check it out, link down in description. And if you care about your organ health, supplements that have been proven to work in science and literature is something you should look into. Anyway, let me show you what this meal is all about. Alrighty, so this is the meal. Small, but secure and safe. So we have the trout right here, which adds a little fat. We have a little bit of the rice, a little bit of zucchini and the spinach there. And I decided to go for the chocolate, 95% chocolate, dark chocolate, and this will actually help getting a pump, upping the nitrogen stores in the body, which opens up the veins and will get me a better pump. And I just like this chocolate, 95% dark. Let's enjoy. So this is what we're doing for most of the day until the show starts. Laying in bed at an angle to promote the loss of subcutaneous water, so water under the skin. So this is after the second meal, about an hour after the second meal. And the meals after this will mostly be protein and fats to promote even more water loss. And depending on the shape, I can still have some rice cakes in between. If the fullness is not there, we're going to do another layer of tanning later as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this day, guys, until the contest. Alright guys, weight is remaining stable at 109.5 with all of these clothes on. So it's quite low, but I'm trying to get a little bit fuller, but I don't want to take any risks. So the first meal was 120 grams of cream of rice. The second meal was 80 grams of rice, and this is again 80 grams of cream of rice with a little bit of banana and some strawberries. And let me just show you the rest of that meal. So this is the cream of rice. It's a lot smaller than the first one because I didn't add much coconut water this time, just 300 mils and 20 grams of dark chocolate. And this is the protein source, just a nice velvety tuna steak, which I'm about to enjoy. No sodium in this meal in order to lose a bit more water. I'll introduce the sodium later on when I lost, a little bit more water, when I pee at least one more time. And then I'll be eating, for example, rice cakes like that with a bit of peanut butter, honey, and salt. I'm just gonna do that until the show, but let's enjoy this. Here we are again. This time it's a bit lighter. It's around 7 p.m. and now we're walking to the contest venue. And yeah, very excited, guys. I think in about an hour I might go up, or Bikini is gonna go first, but it doesn't matter because we're going to rock the stage. Let's do it.
Finland. Norra Mahonen, Finland.
Okay guys, so the bikini girls are on stage, or gonna go on stage right now. So now I think it might take 45 minutes or so max. So I'm gonna take a pre-workout. This is Pump Surge by Jacked Factory. Also put in 4 grinds of Himalayan pink salt in here, so this is just 1 serving. This is what I use normally for a workout, so a lot of L-citrulline and other ingredients to get you a nitric oxide boost in the muscles, a better pump. Because I'm used to this, it's safe to take because you know exactly what's going to happen. So a little bit of water to make sure that it can actually get into the muscle. So let's take this and enjoy the pump later on. Hello, my name is Mr. Kath and I will be on stage tonight. Let's see this definition. And yeah, you've never seen me before like this, but it's true.
And from England, Wesley, Vissers. Hubert, na spokojnie, no bo nie są jeszcze tylko czasu, także wiesz, będzie tylko także na luz.
Okay,
So right now,
we're going to the main backstage,
we'll go to the main backstage, okay?
as you can hear. So let's go.
Is hier al lekker warm?
Ja, dat weet ik. So we are jumping right into the contest itself. We still have to receive some professional footage from the package I purchased to be able to get the pictures in the live stream quality. So that will be up after this video, where I will place and talk to you about the review of the show and my plans to the Mr. Olympia. But yes, this is the first call out basically. And what they then do is they switch you around depending on how good they think you are. And in Classic Physique there are several poses that you need to do. So first of all, you need to do the quarter turns, which we already have done. And now we're doing the mandatory poses, starting with the front double biceps. And now we're doing the side chest. And it's always very nice to have footage like this to see the angle of your body. Because when you're standing in a mirror and looking at yourself, you always, see yourself in the perfect lighting or the perfect angle. But on stage, you don't have a reference point. So what you then want to do is actually have footage like this and see if you are standing in the correct way. For example, with this back double bicep, you want to lean back far enough for the judges to see the full back. Now, of course, the lighting here on the show was actually quite good, but the camera can't really capture it because it was recorded from quite far. But they put us through quite a lot of posing rounds, which is only very, very good. Now the guy next to me, I believe, his name is Roman, and he's from Russia. It was basically between me and him. That's what was being said at the very beginning also. So obviously the results are that I am now the victor of the show, which is very, very awesome, very exciting for sure. But always watching this footage and the professional footage coming out will teach me a lot on how to even better my presentation for the Olympia. So this was the first posing round, and then we had to come back for the prize ceremony round, which is this. And this is also the final call out. So this is place 1, 2, 3, and 4, which would be visible later on. So this is a bit higher quality, and I'm very pleased with the progress I've made in the back and also in the hamstrings, because only when you're super conditioned you can actually see how much mass is really left and how much muscle quality you really have. Now obviously the hamstrings are still a work in progress. They still need to be bigger, because in the back double bicep or any back pose, the thickness in the hamstrings can be improved when you're standing next to guys with big legs. Then it does show. But Classic Physique is not about one body part, it's about the flow of every single body part. And also something else, I replaced my favorite classic pose. I first did the 3/4, front double bicep basically, and I replaced it with, a hand on hip and bicep showing, which feels a lot better, feels more easy to do, and is even more classic, in my opinion. Alright guys, and that was it. So I won the show, which I'm incredibly happy about. You can see all the judges, all the officials of the NPC and IFBB Pro League on stage right here. And they all gave me a lot of compliments, telling me that I looked great, which when people like that tell that to you, that means something, because they have a lot of experience watching a lot of different physiques from literally all over the world. Some of these judges go to a different country every single week or even multiple times a week to judge different shows. So when they give you advice or a compliment, you have have to take that very seriously. But again, guys, I'm super excited for Olympia. A new video is coming right after this one about my review with more and better footage and my posing routine as well. And yeah, very happy.
Okay guys, we did it. We are going to the Olympia finally. So very excited. Got a very nice gold medal again, a very nice statue, and of course it's always nice to receive a check. So very excited guys. We're going to Orlando and bring an even better shape than this one. And I want to really thank you for the incredible support. And don't forget to stay gold.